Good evening, friends. I'm Jody. Welcome back to This Beaded Life. Today I'm going to share with you, I spent the entire last weekend, not the entire, but like 2 hours out of each day, shopping with Beads to Live By. Cassandra at Beads to Live By and Jon Kubricht had a live sale. It seems Cassandra had been housing a bunch of beads and she let them free, and attending this was really great because I learned a lot. Jon had a lot to say and it was really super interesting about some of the Czech glass beads. Some of these are vintage, they're like vintage shape, so they don't make them anymore, or they don't make that color and shape combo, I guess is what I probably should say. Anyway, so I want to show you guys what I got, and I also got some pearls, so because I can't resist a good pearl, you guys. And I am the queen of finding live sales, and I did share it on our Facebook page. So if you missed out, I'm sorry. Hopefully maybe they'll get together and do it again sometime. But it was a great sale, and the prices were actually really, really great on a lot of these. So we're just going to go through them real quick, and we're going to make something probably, because that's what we do. We open stuff, we make something with the stuff that we opened. So that's what we do. All right, I'm going to flip you guys around and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, first thing I want to do is I do want to welcome all the new subscribers. We've had quite the uptick of new subscribers in the last month, and it's really exciting. But I want to make sure that you guys know, your new ones know that what you are embarking on. This is a journey of jewelry making or making things with beads, but not in the professional like instance, right? It's more like, hey, we design on the fly. Hey, we do stuff, we try things. If it doesn't work out, we try it over a different way. And we keep all that on the camera so that you can see how the process goes for pretty much everybody, because we all do it. You know, no, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody just know exactly what they want and exactly how to do it. So that's what you get here. I do very rarely do I ever have something completely ready to roll and with instruction from beginning to end. Most of the time you guys are getting, yeah, well, you're getting what you're getting. All right, so we're gonna start with our Czech glass beads. And we have some really pretty, these are, I think these are like 2x3 rice beads, or 2x4 maybe. And these are really pretty. The colors are very light, but very warm. So it's not like your typical pastel. It is more like your fall colors lightened up. And I love these small beads, and I use them quite often as spacers or in a design completely on their own, but they're absolutely beautiful. And I've gotten these colors from Cassandra before, I think last month's box. So I was excited to see them on sale. And then they have the larger rice barrels. So those kind of go with that, and these are just gorgeous. They have that Picasso finish on them, and they are absolutely lovely. So there they are. And then in that same color family, we have some coins. So again, we're picking up a lot of these beautiful warm fall colors. To me, these feel like, okay, we're getting at the tail end of summer and we're wanting to wear fall, but we still want to keep it light. So we got those, and these are all Czech glass. I believe, let me grab the ones that I think he said, if I can remember right, that he said were vintage. So these, I believe he said were vintage, and these are, oh my goodness, gorgeous. Look at that. Look at the swirls inside those. And these are like a I think they're pressed. Yeah, I think these are pressed Czech glass, but they are just stunning. And all in those taupes and browns. Very, very pretty. So we're looking at some really warm colors here. And now we're going to get into some other colors. So I think he said these were also vintage. Now these are some blue, like twisty pinched rounds. And these I believe are like 10 millimeter. They're a pretty good size, but they're beautiful. They're that nice periwinkle to sky blue, just gorgeous. Look how nice they look with all these. I did hear him say that these were vintage as well. So these are a Czech coin in that like turquoise color. It has the swirl. I have seen some with the swirl, so I'm wondering if it might be what made them vintage was the color with the shape or the design. So these are absolutely stunning as well. And then I think that was it for my vintage ones. I have some pastels, and these have like a iridescent like finish on them, oh my goodness, why can I not think of what it is? Anyway, but they're absolutely stunning as well. So very, very beautiful beads. Then we have some fire polish in this gorgeous pink. Look at this pink, and that fire polish is amazing. Let me see if it shows up better on here. Oh yeah, look at that. Aren't those gorgeous? And these, of course, are very faceted, very shiny, very, very pretty. Love them. And then we're getting close to the end of my Czech glass. We have these little pressed glass. They have some purple, some pink, some gray, a little bit of black, and I thought they were really quite lovely. So I had to throw those on. And these are just your little square one-hole tiles. So very, very easy to use in any design. And then getting towards the end of our Czech glass journey here, we have some 3 millimeter fire polish. And these were sold in little sets of short strands. Get them all out of there. And they were teamed up with what they thought looked good together. And they weren't wrong. I mean, these look so pretty together. And as someone who, like I said before, someone who does not like to use a lot of metal spacers just because of the tarnish thing, these I run to as like spacers, as well as they work wonderful in a design on their own. Absolutely gorgeous fire polish Czech glass beads. So pretty. Let's scoot that up a little bit more. And then I got this little set of fire polish strands as well. I thought these were lovely. Get them together here. So you got some oranges, some clears, some pink and brown. I thought these were so pretty together. The one clear is a matte frosted, and the other one is a fire polish. So beautiful, huh? Or not fire polish, I'm sorry, AB. They are all fire polish, but those are AB. So we have all those. Then I thought this was super cool, and I know this is not like, this is like an older bead too. These are shell beads that are layered on top of each other, and I love that. I've purchased some layering beads like that from Sam's in the past, but these I thought were so cute. They're about 6 millimeter across, and they're, you know, flat coins, but I love the way they just like kind of sit on top of each other, and they're kind of like slinky feeling. I love that feeling. So we got those. Get that sticker off there. That was annoying. All right, so there's our little shells. And then they had pearl grab bags that would have 3 strands of pearls in them. And it was a random pick. So you did not pick what you got. You just got whatever they pulled. So my first one are these, I think they're almost like a greenish with, it's like a very pale green with like a, it doesn't even say, rice pearls, 5 to 5.5 millimeters. With like a really pretty shimmery like a bead-like coating on them. Very, very pretty. Love them. And the grab bag was $20. This one strand was retailed at $21. So that tells you, like, I got a good deal. And then the next one are these beautiful wine color round-ish, more round than the rice, pearls. Look at those. Aren't those lovely? You're getting a couple different shades. You almost have like a raspberry color in there and also that deeper wine color, but absolutely stunning pearls. Love them so much. So we have those. And then my last strand of pearls I got in my $20 bundle, this was a $24 strand, are these top drilled, hematite colored beauties. Look at these. Okay, I love the top drilled pearls. It's like they just dance. These are all 10 to 12 millimeters in size. Aren't those gorgeous? So all three of those pearls together were less than one strand retail. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So this is everything I got from shopping over the weekend. Quite lovely, huh? All right. Hold on one second. I want to take a little snapshot of this because this is like really, really pretty. And I'll be back and we'll put some stuff together. Okay, I got my snapshot and I'm happy with that. All right, now we can decide what we want to do. I'm having a hard time deciding because everything is just stunning. I think I would like to make a necklace. And I'm really thinking about using these pearls because they're just so beautiful. And I think I'm going to use those pearls. And as spacers, I think I want to use these and or these. Very pretty. So I'll pull those. And then I was also thinking of putting something else with it, but I'm having a hard time deciding. So I think I might just use the pearls, but they are beautiful. So I have those. Gosh, you know, I keep thinking I want to use these little rice pearls. Maybe, you know what? No, I think I really want to use the top drilled. Yeah, we're going to go with the top drilled and we're going to make a stunning necklace with that. All right, guys, I'm going to put these back in the box so that I have them in their space. They will be transferred to another clear box for beads to live by. I've got a lot of stuff in there for beads to live by. And I'll be right back and I'll have a mat and the other things that we're going to need. Okay, I just thought of something so great. So a while back I had posted the picture of this and I am obsessed with it. I think we're gonna make our own rendition of this necklace. And it's not gonna be exactly the same, but we can make one that looks kind of like it. And we'll see how we ended up liking it. So I'm going to put that aside. And I brought out, I have some big chunker monks. We have a gold and we have more of that hematite colored. And I thought we'd put like some of these gold ones in there just randomly, and same with these other big chunks. These came from Broke Girl Beads, by the way. And then I pulled some fire polish for our dangles on the chain. And I thought those were lovely. And then I pulled some section of chain, but then I got it over here and I realized it's gunmetal. But you know what? We're going to use it. We're going to use the gunmetal. And I do have a little ring here that we're going to use. So I think what we need to do is we need to do our ring first. So I want to see how long this is. We're going to mix up some metals and we are going to have a lot of fun today. So according to, Cheeto needed to come in. According to that photo, we're going to need 2 pieces on each side. I'm going to just start by cutting this in half because I'm not sure like how big I want this to be. And Lucy, huh? Come on in, Lucy.
She wanted to go in, or she was just curious?
All right. So I think that we could probably, I want to grab that photo again. Hi, Cheeto. Hi, Cheeto. So it looks like we would be putting 2 shorter strands. These look like they'd probably be like 1 inch or so. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna say that this is approximately like how long I want it. I might need more fire polish beads, but that's okay, we'll grab them. And I'm gonna cut here. And then, because it doesn't have to be exactly the same as the other one. I just like the style of it, and I thought this would be really, really cool. So we're gonna do it. There we go. Just kind of move it off to the side. So we need 4 sections the same size. There we go. And we need 1 more. And we'll cut right here. Lovely. All right, let me get rid of my junk and put my extra pieces of chain off to the side. All right, and now let's open up this big guy here. And we're just gonna put all 4 of these on here because 2 are gonna be going up and 2 are gonna be going down. And I probably will want more fire polish beads, but we'll make that decision once we get everything else going. So we're gonna put the ones that we do have on here first. So I'm gonna make some little wire wrap loops to put on here. It looks like we have like, let's see, there's 3. It looks like we could do with what I have here, 3 and 2. But like I said, we can get more. I have actually, let me see, which ones was I thinking about? Oh, I was actually thinking about these too. These are like a little bit of like, they're drugs. Yeah, I think we'll do these as well. Let me just pull those out. I only have 5, so that might work out really nice. All right, so this is what we've got, and this is what we're gonna do here. So I'm going to do a couple wire wrap loops with you guys. But then I will do the rest on my own off camera. Actually, I think we can just do simple loops because I have some really strong head pins here. Let's grab those. So we'll do a couple together and then I'll do the rest off camera. Put him on. Do our bend. And we can roll it back. So this is going to be my challenge to you guys, and I think I'm going to actually title this as like a challenge video. I want you guys to find something, a piece of jewelry that inspires you, and I want you to make it. You can change up the colors, you can change up the sizes of the beads, you can change up whatever you like. But I want you to make that inspirational piece. I want you to find that inspirational piece, and then I want you to make yours. And I would love it if you shared it in our Facebook group, because this is going to be my challenge piece. Oop, grab my round nose pliers. All right, there's a couple there, and I just saw that my son texted me, so I'm gonna do some off the camera and talk to my son real quick. Okay, so I got half of it with the little dangles on it, and I think that's gonna be enough dangles. I think that's gonna be perfect. So let's do the other half, and all I was doing was simple loops. And so let's just stick all of our little head pins on here. And I'm just using your regular head pins, the ones with the flat bottoms. You can use ball head pins, but then you'll probably want to wire wrap because most of them are not thick enough to just do a simple loop. And I am totally into the simple loop, so that's what we're doing. And oh, that one's a little bent there. Just grab another real quick. Just prep our space, get that all ready. And then we're gonna do some stringing, and it's going to be fun, and I think this is gonna be really, really cool. So I'm excited. All right, we'll put those away. Put our little scraps off to the side. All right, so now we're just going to bend it over. Snip some of it off. I use about a finger's width to measure. And then just roll back. And once you get a nice little loop, you can just open it up and place it somewhere on your little strand. I'm saving the bottom and the top loop, the one that's connected here, and the very bottom one to connect to our bead stringing wire. There's that one. Just make a few of these real quick. There we go. All right, let's put these on. Here we go. And one more. All right, we have one more little chain here to do. I think this is gonna look really, really cool, you guys. And I'm just kind of scattering them about so that, you know, you can have the colors throughout our little chain portion here. There we go. All right. Super excited about this. I've been wanting to make that necklace for quite a while now. That's why I had it printed out so I could have it, you know, out as a reminder. And of course my cat walked all over it, so it's all wrinkly and everything, but I still get the point across. So let's put our last little dangle on here. All right, so now we have some logistic things to figure out, because I don't think I have enough to make this one that's going to just slip over my head. I don't think I have enough of the beads that I want to use. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to make it in two parts. So we're going to have bottoms and tops, and then we're going to do our clasp on the opposite side like that. And I think that will look really, really awesome. So that's what we're going to do here. That's going to be more centered. So to make this, I want that to, let's see. So that goes there. I do want this to be a little bit longer. Let's see how long this is here, because I kind of want it to be even front and back. And I do want this to be a little bit longer. So this is 12, which I think that would be perfect. So if we did at least 2 of them at 12, and maybe if we made the back shorter, that would be fine. But let's do 2 of them at 12, because that will be our bottom. Actually, we could do 12 and 10. That would be even better, because then it's just, or 12 and 11, so it's just a little bit off from the other one for the bottom. Maybe we should do 12 and 10. Oh, let's do 12 and 11. We can always make it shorter. We can't make it longer, right? So that's our bottom. We have a 12 inch and a 11 inch. And then for the back, I think if we did, I do want it to be longer. We can always shorten the back if we don't have enough beads, because we're going to start with the front. So let's do 2 of them at 12 inches. So we cut 3 at 12 and 1 of them at 11. And I am using the Soft Flex metallic in medium. It's the antique bronze color. And I'm almost out of it. I need to order a ton more of this. I need to just like, I feel like I need to buy every single one of these in the large size, but you know, you guys, that's pricey. So I need to just kind of chill on that a little bit. I'll use my Bead products too and everything. So, all right, so now that we have that, let's get some stuff situated here. We're going to need to cut open this really beautiful strand of pearls. So let's do that. And just start pulling those off. And I'm just gonna make a little pile up here. And I have you pulled out, so I'm sorry if it's not super close, but this way you can see more of the process, I think. So we're just gonna pull off like about half of these because I'm not sure how many we're going to need exactly. I plan on doing a spacer between each one. All right, so that's about half. And then we're gonna take our big ones off here. So there's those. Ooh, those are glorious. Glorious, gigantic beads. Beautiful pearls. All right, so we got that. All right, so now let's decide how we want to do this. Since we're working on the bottom half, I'm just going to pull this up so that we have more work room here. And I'm gonna cut open our little fire polish, our little baby fire polish beads. These are so pretty. You guys don't ever overlook the little teeny tinies. If you're new to jewelry, let me tell you, you're gonna want the teeny tinies. And you'll see as we go through, I do use metal spacers sometimes, but I love using more beads.
I'm ready to go.
And I'd rather use that than anything else. All right. So I haven't really started any of my knotting pearl journeys yet. I am going to be working on that once I get caught up on the videos I have to make this weekend. So probably tomorrow evening as I'm watching maybe a show or something, I'm going to get started on that and just kind of practice that so I can show you guys some knotting jewelry and stuff too. All right, so we have that. Now we can go ahead and on one side, we want to attach it. And I think I want to attach it on this side here. So I'm going to grab my crimps. So for the bottom portion, we're going to need 4. So I'm going to grab 4 of those out. And these are the Softlex number 2 crimps. And we're going to work with one strand at a time. So our bigger one is our bottom strand. So we're going to do that one on the outside here. So let's put our crimp on. And then we're going to find that little bottom link that I did not put anything on. There it is. Okay. And then we're going to use that as like how we would end our piece of jewelry, like if we were putting it on a clasp or something. But we're not, we're putting it on a chain. So we can just slide that on there. And we want to bring that up kind of close to that chain there. We want to make our loop kind of small so it can kind of blend in. And sometimes I have a really hard time moving that crimp. There we go. All right, that's perfect. So then we can come in and use our magical crimpers. And we're just going to squeeze, make our little square. Then turn it on its side and squeeze again. And now we're just going to turn our wire every little bit and just squeeze down. We want to make sure that we don't have any more resistance from our crimp, and that means we're done. And so that gave us a really clean little crimp. And I'm just going to sneak in there and trim off that little teeny tiny piece of wire that we have from our tail. All right, so there's our outside strand, our bottom strand. And now we just got to figure out how we want to do this. So I'm going to start with a fire polish bead. And we're going to put that on. So I'm going to go with that dark one there. I think I'm going to alternate the dark and the light. And then we're going to go in with our beautiful top drilled pearls. And then we'll do a light one. And then we'll do another one of these. I'm trying to figure out how I want to scatter the large ones in. I'm thinking more when it's down here towards like the middle of our piece. So like right about in here is where I want to put some of the large ones. And then we need another fire polish. There we go. I think the one in the photo was more like one that you could slip over your head because I don't see the top of it. So I don't know if there's a clasp up there. There probably is, probably a clasp in the back. But I thought it would just look really cool if the clasp was on the side. So that's why I chose to do it that way. That's what I mean by inspired by. So find what you like and then make it your own. And that's what I want you guys to do. Okay, so I think right about here is where I'm going to start adding in some of these larger beads. So let's put this one on, this big old chunky. And we're not going to do too many in a row. We're only going to do one. And then I put my spacer on. So very, very pretty. And then we can go back to our other ones. There we go. And then looks like, you know what, that might be a good thing to do is like every fourth one, do one of these big chunky ones. I'm just hoping I have enough beads to do this. I didn't like really like think about that. If not, we always have a way around it, you know? We can always figure out a way to make it work. And that's what I want you to be certain of, is that you can always find a way to make it work. Let's do one of these gold ones. Oh yeah, that's gonna look so cool. Oops, I didn't do my spacer. I was like, that's sitting awfully weird. I wonder if I have any more of the darker pearls. I'm gonna check because I kind of want to save these gold ones for something else. Okay, I don't, but I do have these round ones, so I might use those on the second strand. Let's save. I don't want to use the gold ones yet. Like I thought I did, but I just kind of don't. All right, so next we want one of these. If you guys hear Marmalade, he's trapped in here with me for now because he's been having a few more accidents, and I'm just kind of trying to keep an eye on him and make sure that he's doing okay. He seems to be fine. Like I said before, he's eating, going to the bathroom, all this stuff. He has no infections or anything like that, no kidney or problems or anything like that. He's been checked over. So it's just a matter of him just being, he's getting old, guys. He's just getting old. So, my little old dude. Cheeto, what are you doing? Quit doing that, buddy. I actually have all three of them in here right now. My husband's watching wrestling, so I don't think he wants to babysit. It's SummerSlam, and it's 2 days worth of wrestling. So you guys know that I'll be either one upstairs in my bedroom watching a movie, which I'll probably be doing after this video, or I'll be in my bead room beading away, just beading away. I decided I'm not leaving the house for anything over the weekend. Last night at the concert was enough of me leaving the house. I might have to go just get a couple groceries, but we're actually really good on groceries right now, so I don't need a whole lot, which is fantastic. And here we go. All right, I am totally in love with this. This is gonna be something, you guys. I'm gonna want to wear this a lot. I have a feeling. It's gonna feel fun and stylish, but also very, just, I don't know, I guess just really, really cool. I think it's kind of edgy looking, which I like that. So I think if we put 4 more of the top drilled ones here, that will work. So we're doing our top drilled with our spacers. We're alternating our spacers, our little fire polish beads. Go. And 1 more of those little guys. Oh, that looks fantastic. Let's see. Oh, that looks so cool. Oh, I love this, you guys. I kind of want to go up some more though, so we might just go up a few more because I want to use up as much of this cord, this stringing wire as I can. Just for the simple fact, I want this at a good length, and I want more in the front than I do in the back, if you know what I mean. So we're just gonna put a few more of these on here, and probably that's gonna be good. All right, so we still have some of those to play with along the bottom here. Let's put our crimp on, put it through our little loop, and back through our crimp tube. Cheeto's clawing stuff up. He likes to claw on things, and it's just like one of my little canvas bins, so it's not really a big deal, but he thinks he's doing something really great. So it's fine. It keeps him occupied, and he's not getting into anything that he shouldn't be. So we call this a win in my house. All right, so I'm going to squeeze that, making our nice little ball crimps here. Beautiful. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. How cool is that? Oh, I love it. 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 Okay. All right, so now we're gonna do our bottom one, the second one. Let me just pull that down here. And we're going to, I think maybe we'll start in the middle on this one just to kind of try to align our big bead here. So we'll do this color on this side, this color on this side, like that. All right, so now we can go ahead and start beading on the one side. And then we're going to use these in there too. So we'll do this one. And then we need the darker spacer. Oops. Come on back. There we go. Let's put one of these on. These are more of a larger round shape. I only have a few left because these came off of a harvested piece. and I used a lot of it on something else. So I'm just gonna put this on here for right now because I want to do the other side of this. It's actually going pretty well here. And maybe we'll only be able to do one strand on the back. I don't know. We'll have to see because I am like going through the pearls. And I'd be okay with just using one strand on the back. I would absolutely be okay with that. Oh, I keep forgetting a spacer every so often. Put that on. Royal Rumble. SummerSlam, that's what it is. Not Royal Rumble. It's not Royal Rumble, it's SummerSlam. All right, so then we use our darker one. And now we're going to use one of these. So as you can see, there's still plenty of room for more beading. Oh, wow, this is so cool. So let's do more on this side and then we'll switch back over to the other side. We have that. Boy, oh boy, do I love these pearls. And you guys, if you wanted to copy this, you can do this with any bead. You know, just find yourself some really cool gemstone beads or some really cool Czech glass beads. And you can find some that are actually like, this would look really cute with like a briolette drilled bead. And just do it with what you have, you know, and it doesn't matter if it's not a pearl. I just happen to be collecting a ton of pearls and I thought I would use them. All right, now let's do this side. We need 4 more of our top drilled. I kind of feel like these are like the coolest beads. I love them. Love these pearls. We can put our round one on. All right, so let's see. Oh yeah, that's gonna be gorgeous. I wonder if I should do, let's see how this will sit. I could do one more pearl and one more spacer, or a couple more spacers. So let's do that. Let's put one more pearl on here. Or is that going to be 2? No, I think that might sit too close together. Let me see. Nope, that's going to be good. That's what we're going to do. All right. So got that all figured out. Put our last little spacer on here. We're going to grab our little crimp tube, drop him on, and then we're going to put him on the side of the other one in the same little opening here. And we're going to slide. I sure didn't give myself a lot of stringing wire, did I? I think I meant to stop a little earlier, but I decided to keep on going. we're gonna make it work. It's gonna get on there. There we go. And let's get that in our little notch and crimp that one. Oh, come on, you. Then we just need to go around and make our little crimp ball, and it looks great. Let's trim off our little tail. And then we can let's lay this down. Hold on one second, guys. Let me make some room here. So let's lay this down how it's supposed to lay so we can really, really look at it. Oh yeah, this is gonna be super, super cool. And now we need to isolate our one dangle here. And then we're gonna put one more spacer on this side and one more pearl and one more spacer, just to make it even. And our little spacer. So alternating the fire polish beads, the light one and the dark one, really, really worked out because you can see the contrast between them, and that's really awesome. All right, so there's our little unbeaded bottom piece. And I don't think we're gonna need to add any more fire polish beads. I think we're good with the beads on the side. Like, I want to see some of that exposed chain. I want to see the contrast between the two different metals. I want this to kind of look like, not an afterthought, but you know what I mean, just kind of, I don't know, can't think of what I'm trying to say. Get in there. Why are you having such a hard time? There we go. Just gotta expose that one little piece of wire. And let's just pull that down. If you can go through beads with this, it's so much better. But unfortunately, these won't fit through the beads twice. So let me grab my pliers here because I might need some help. These crimps are meant for this wire, but it sure doesn't act like it sometimes. But that's how good these crimps fit. Like, they fit this wire perfectly. This soft flex wire. There we go. We got it to budge. Sometimes it's a matter of putting your round nose pliers in your loop so you don't misshapen your loop, and just pulling with your tweezer, your pliers. There we go. Oh my gosh, you guys, would you look at that? Stop. Oh, this is breathtaking. Oh my gosh. I am obsessed with this. Ooh, I am obsessed with it. It is beautiful. And I'm thinking we might only be able to do one strand on the back. That's okay. I don't mind that. So what we'll end up doing is joining two of these together with the one strand and putting this on here. So in order for us to do our one strand, we're gonna just take this and just flip it over. just like that, so we can work on it. Oh, ho, 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 ho. This is so pretty. If it looks like we have enough to do both, then we will definitely add a strand. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up starting from this end here. So what do I do with my little crimps? Oh, I used them already. I need 2 more. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, I am back. Sorry about that little minor interruption there. So let's start here. I'm almost wondering if maybe I was thinking. No, I'm pretty sure I want to keep it with the pearls. I thought I kind of want to do silver silk. What do I have that would go with it? No, we're going to do pearls because I think that's what I really want. You know what I could do is I could do a totally different pearl and then have it be so you could wear it either way. No, I want to keep it all the same one. But that's an idea for some of you. Do like a reversible necklace. You could wear it one way and wear it the other. Might be a cool idea. All right, so let's crimp this one on. All right. I'm getting some really good crimps today, guys. It's a good day. It's a really, really good day. All right, so now I'm gonna bring some of my little spacers down here in front of me so I don't have to reach across. And let's start with this one. Chino, what are you doing, mister? He's like the nosiest cat on earth. Just absolutely nosy. I really wish I had some more of those big chunky ones. I'll have to watch for a good deal on some big chunkers. Big chunker munkers. Yeah, I won't have enough pearls to do 2 strands on the back, but that's okay. It's still gonna look super, super cool. I'm absolutely okay with it. There's some kids playing in the back and they're like arguing, like brother and sister, and they're like yelling at each other. Oh, it brings back memories of yelling at my brothers. You know, mom would be like, get outside. You know, like on a Saturday, mom is like done. She's like, I need this house to get back to normal for a few minutes. And she's just like, cartoons are over, get outside. And that's what we did. We got outside until we knew the coast was clear and we could come back in, which usually meant, because we already had lunch, usually meant around dinner time. So it's like, you gotta give mom some peace and quiet. It's usually because she, you know, wanted to get some stuff cleaned, and, you know, trying to clean your house with kids playing in it is like, what do they say? Like, eating Oreos and brushing your teeth. It doesn't, those two things don't go together. It just doesn't help. So it's, and I remember when my kids were younger and I would always, you know, like say, okay guys, it's time to go play. And if it was like yucky outside, and then I was like, all right, you can play your video games, go play your video games. Do not fight and take turns. I remember like those words, do not fight and take turns. Did they take turns? No. Did they fight? Absolutely. And it's just, oh, those days of being a parent like that and like going through that, but I have to say most days my kids were really good to each other. And you know what? My son and my daughter, they're actually like little friends, they're 7 years apart, but they're actually like good friends. They text each other, they talk to each other. It's so nice to see that they get along so well. And for the most part, they always have. I mean, but they're siblings, so they're going to have their moments, right? Or they did have their moments. They're not like that now. They're both just such kind people that they just, I don't know, they just get along with everybody. If I can say I did anything right in my life, it was raising my children the way I raised them. They're good kids. Caring, loving, kind. And it makes me happy. And Shane raised his the same way. His kids are both caring, loving, and kind. They treat everybody, all people the same, with respect and love. And it fills my heart. It makes me so happy to see them be like that. Those are definitely some good character qualities to have, is to be kind, but also not to be a doormat. There's a difference. It's definitely a difference. There we go. We are getting close to the end. Yeah, we are. You know what? We utilized that strand and then my little extras that I had, I think, perfectly. Well, no, you get out of my garbage. No, I almost called him Lucy. Hold on one second, guys. All right, sorry, guys. I had to, tell him no. He dumps over my little trash cans. I have 2 small trash cans underneath my desk because that's what fits. And when he thinks that there's stuff in one of them, like tissue paper that's been crumpled up or whatever, he's like, I need to have that. And no, sir, you do not need to have that. All right, so we got our last one on there. And now we'll put our crimp on here. And now we're going to go through both of these because we still want this to be double. And that might be a little more challenging for me here. So let's find our first one. There it is. And our second one. And we have an airplane going overhead. Those of you who attend the the Sam's live sales, and when the train goes by, we say bead train. Well, whenever a plane goes by, in my head, I think bead plane. Bead plane. Just coming through. All right. So I made some decisions. I'm going to talk to you about it while I'm doing this. I made some decisions recently because I've been wanting to open an actual web store where I can sell beads that I am purchasing. I'm in the process right now of getting the name of my store, getting that taken care of, and registering that with the state of Michigan, and then I'm going to make sure I can do my wholesale, like tax-free thing, not tax-free, but like, you know what I mean, like wholesale, like license. I can get my beads less expensive, and it's going to be pretty much all the stuff that I love, and of course things that I think other people would love. And I'm getting ready to get that together and make that happen. I wouldn't expect anything to go live until after the first of the year because, life's busy, and I'm busy a lot, and I need to pace this out for me so I can do it properly. All right, guys, here is our necklace. Holy moly, is this gorgeous. Look at those pearls. I'm going to try it on, and you guys need to tell me what you think. I'll be right back. Okay, so I wish I could have made it just a little bit longer, but I love the dangles being right here. That looks so cool. And then right across from the clasp. And then here's the pearls, and it looks so stunning, you guys. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I hope you love it. You gotta let me know what you think. And do you think it was close to my inspiration piece? I think it's pretty close. It's not exact because I'm being inspired by, but I think it's pretty close, and I definitely feel the vibe of it. I hope you guys really like this one. I really, truly do. Let me know what you think in the comments, and please find your inspiration piece. Post a picture of it and post a picture of what you made that inspired you to make it. I want to see that stuff. I think it's going to be great. So do that for me, please. And let's have fun with it. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon. Sending you my love. Bye.